Hello, hello. So, quick heads up on this video. Some of my most devout and feverish followers may recognize that this topic has already been covered, not in video form, but on my math and spirituality blog, which you can find on my website. So, today's video borrows from that article, but only the introductory parts of it. For a more in-depth look at the pentagram and the fascinating story of the Pythagoreans, I will link that article for you below. Yeah, but let's begin. There is no symbol of spiritual significance that shows up more than the pentagram. Pentagram is a figure constructed from a regular pentagon, a five-sided shape with all sides of equal length. And it is really insane how frequently this symbol shows up again and again across time and across civilizations. The earliest recorded instance of the pentagram shows up around 3500 BC, inscribed in Sumerian pottery. And the usage of the symbol persists to this day. In modern times, we'll see it mostly in fiction and modern occultism. And depictions of pentagrams are mostly associated now with cults and Satanism. And in the thriller and horror genres, you can find the five-pointed star everywhere, sometimes made out of blood, and all that, kind of fun stuff. But it really is rooted in a deep historical significance. And as we'll kind of go through and explore the rest of the video, the pentagrams really are everywhere. Um, but that alone maybe isn't the most interesting thing to notice. It's a pretty simple shape. Um, anecdotally drawing a star is kind of fun. Um, but the interesting part, the nuance here, is not the question of why does the pentagram show up so consistently. The interesting question is why does the pentagram show up in such consistently spiritual contexts? No other shape can really compare. Early humans were not etching trapezoids onto their church walls or making octagons the symbol of their sacred orders. It's simply too much of a pattern to be mere coincidence. So, here's a list of spiritual meanings assigned to the pentagram by different peoples. And I don't think this is by no means exhaustive, just some interesting ones you might not know about. So, in ancient Greece, the pentagram was a symbol used to represent their creation myth. The five sides of the pentagram represented the five niches or regions the original Greek gods had created. You may also not be aware that pentagram was the official seal of the holy city of Jerusalem back in ancient times. If we fast forward a bit through history, in Renaissance era England, the pentagram symbolized the five wounds of Christ suffered during the crucifixion. And I think probably most famously is the drawing of the Vitruvian Man, which was purposely drawn in the shape of a pentagram. And this is, seen as the most famous drawing in the whole world, in the history of the world. And it has been interpreted by many as having secret or hidden spiritual meanings. Uh, so I think it really is kind of an open question. So why do you think that the pentagram is so often associated with spirituality, religion, and the occult? And why are we drawn to this symbol as opposed to any other shape? And are there any other meanings or associations with the pentagram that were not mentioned in this video that you find interesting? I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Next week, we'll be continuing the spiritual geometry series. Appreciate your time, and I'll see you next time. Bye.